Welcome to the OMIM.org tutorials. In this video, we will walk through GeneScout, a new tool associated with OMIM. GeneScout can be used to search genomic regions identified by chromosome microarray to show the genes and their associated phenotypes within the regions of interest. Phenotypes and their associated genes can then be sorted by inheritance or selected to show the specific clinical features side by side in OMIM. Genomic coordinates can be inputted to the search box with or without the CHR prefix before the chromosome number, and coordinates can be cut and pasted directly from Excel. All results are given in the HG38 assembly, but the search can be performed with other builds and will be lifted over to HG38 using the UCSC liftover utility. Specify the build of your input coordinates by selecting the appropriate box. It is important to note that there is not a one-to-one correlation between genomic regions and different builds. When the UCSC liftover tool cannot map the coordinate ranges from earlier builds to HG38, the unmapped coordinate ranges will be listed under Coordinates that failed liftover. Genes can be filtered by the following categories: all displaced genes within your coordinates that are part of the NCBI reference sequence genes. OMIM filters the retrieval set to genes in OMIM that are within your search coordinates. OMIM disease restricts the set to genes in OMIM that are associated with the phenotype. To demonstrate the features of GeneScout, we will run through two scenarios. The first scenario demonstrates the use of GeneScout to show phenotypes for an individual within a genomic coordinate range. For this example, we will consider a chromosomal SNP microarray that identifies a deletion of chromosome 3p25 with coordinates given as shown. To use GeneScout with this information, first, place the coordinates in the GeneScout search box. Hit the purple Search button, then using the filtering options to limit your results to disease-causing genes and dominant inheritance. Using just these filters reduces search results greatly. One result in this search is von Hippel-Lindau. Clicking on the ClinGen link in the dosage column takes you to the ClinGen page for the gene VHL. Here you can see the ClinGen curated information on dosage effects for this gene. If you want to compare clinical features of conditions associated with particular genes, tick the boxes next to the phenotype MIM number and click the purple Compare button at the top of the column. Through this comparison, we can examine the clinical features associated with each selected entry in a succinct tabular form. If you want to further restrict your retrieval results, you can use the Clinical Features search box to search up to 3 features. If we add atrioventricular septal defect in quotes to the search box and hit search, it returns a single gene. It is important to note that clinical features with multiple words must be entered in quotes as shown to return sensible results. Scenario 2 shows how GeneScout may be used to interrogate regions of homozygosity. In this example, we compare homozygous regions between siblings with overlapping clinical features. The siblings' chromosome SNP microarray results each retrieves runs of homozygosity greater than 3 megabases. Sibling 1 presents with hypogonadotropic hypogonadism, progressive alopecia, cognitive delay, pectus carinatum, and microcephaly. Sibling 2 presents with primary amenorrhea, gonadal dysgenesis, and normal cognition. To analyze these data in GeneScout, enter the coordinates from one sibling in the top search box. Then click the purple toggle arrow next to Add Coordinates of Family Member for Comparison to enter the coordinates for the second sibling. In this case, as both siblings are affected, selecting intersection will return the relevant results. If one sibling were unaffected, then we would choose subtraction to return results associated with only the coordinates found in the affected sibling. More information on the distinction between intersection and subtraction can be found in the Search Help page under the Help drop-down in the top menu. Limiting results to include only recessive genes automatically limits to disease genes because inheritance patterns only pertain to phenotypes, not genes. Filtering the results with the overlapping features of the siblings, such as hypogonadism, retrieves 7 results. Phenotypes that include this term are highlighted and can be compared to check for other relevant features. In summary, there are several features that are important to remember in using GeneScout. It is important to select the correct build when entering coordinates. Once the initial search has completed, search results can be further filtered by gene type, inheritance, and clinical features. Up to 3 clinical features can be used in a given search, and terms longer than a single word should be entered in quotes. Some genes have linked to ClinGen dosage information in the dosage column, and genes that are in OMIM have a MIM number that links to the OMIM entry. Phenotypes can be compared with the Compare button at the top right corner of the table. Further information can be found in the FAQ and Search Help pages under the Help drop-down menu.